Welcome to the Deep Dive, your shortcut to being well-informed on, well, really fascinating topics. Today, we're taking a bit of a fresh look at a book I bet many of you know, James Clear's bestseller, Atomic Habits.
Oh, yeah, a classic.
Right. But we're not just doing the usual personal development chat. We're specifically diving into how its really powerful principles can apply to something vital and, let's be honest, often tricky, our finances. Money management. We're going to explore how those tiny, almost invisible changes in daily routines can actually spark, huge transformations in your financial world.
It's such a profound connection, really. It makes you stop and think about how you approach money altogether.
Yeah.
James Clear has this quote. It's really impactful. I think it sets the stage perfectly. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah. And think about that with money. We all have financial goals, right?
Yeah.
Save for a down payment, get out of debt, invest.
Sure, the big picture stuff.
Exactly. But Clear's point is, those big dreams, they're kind of meaningless without strong, consistent daily systems. Like if your goal is saving more, but your system for, say, tracking expenses or just avoiding those little impulse buys is weak, well, that goal is probably going to stay out of reach.
Makes sense. The system supports the goal.
Precisely. So today, we're going to explore how to build those essential systems, give you, the practical tools to turn those financial wishes into financial realities.
And that's really our mission for this deep dive, isn't it? To pull out the key nuggets from Atomic Habits and tailor them specifically for your financial life. So over the next few minutes, you'll discover the honestly surprising power of getting just 1% better every day, how that actually plays out in your bank account. Then we'll break down Clear's 4 laws of behavior change, really practical stuff, and show you how to apply them directly to your money habits. And finally, we'll touch on a really powerful mindset shift, moving from just wanting to save money to actually becoming someone who's financially smart.
That identity piece.
Exactly. This should give you a clear roadmap, applying habit science to your money. Let's unpack this. Okay, so let's kick things off with that core idea from Atomic Habits. The power of getting just 1% better every day. It sounds so small, doesn't it? Like 1%. How much difference can that really make?
It seems negligible at first glance.
Right. But here's where the magic, or maybe just the math, happens. Clear shows that if you improve by just that tiny 1% each day for a year, you won't just be a little better. You'll actually end up, 37 times better than when you started? That's compounding.
It's incredible, that exponential curve.
And it works just as powerfully for your finances. So imagine applying that 1% better idea to your money. It's not about, huge painful sacrifices that just drain your willpower.
No, it's sustainable.
Exactly. It's about small, consistent financial habits. Could be as simple as taking that dollar you find in your coat pocket and actually putting it into a savings jar or app. Or maybe consciously cutting just one small, unnecessary expense each week. Brewing coffee at home instead of the fancy latte, maybe. Walking instead of a short Uber.
Those little things add up.
They really do. Or maybe it's committing to investing a small, regular amount, even just $20 a paycheck, but doing it consistently. These tiny atomic financial habits, they don't feel like a huge burden. But when they compound over time, they don't just add up, they multiply into really significant, potentially life-changing results. That idea of exponential growth from just 1%, it's pretty mind-blowing, really makes you rethink financial goals. But, for someone listening wanting to actually do this, what's a maybe surprising or overlooked 1% financial habit you've seen make a real difference?
That's a great question.
Okay.
Because, it's often not the big dramatic things. One really overlooked 1% habit, simply reviewing your bank statement. Just for 5 minutes, once a week.
Not like a full budget session.
No, not at all. Just a quick scan. You're not judging, just observing. What did I spend money on? Where did it go? This tiny habit, it builds awareness. And awareness is always the first step towards conscious change.
Right. You can't change what you don't see.
Exactly. You're giving yourself these small doses of financial reality. And that consistent, kind of gentle awareness, it can prevent much bigger financial mistakes down the line. It's that consistent exposure that really shifts behavior.
That makes perfect sense. Building awareness, yeah, that's key. So, if 1% improvement is let's say, the fuel, James Clear gives us a pretty solid engine for building those habits with his 4 laws of behavioral change.
Your framework?
Yeah, these are just theory. You can use them right away. What's the first law, and how do we apply it to money?
Okay, so the first law is make it obvious.
Obvious, okay.
For financial habits, this basically means making your financial reality impossible to ignore. It could be something physical, like keeping a budgeting notebook right there on the kitchen counter where you see it every day.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe making your finance app really prominent on your phone's home screen, not buried in a folder somewhere.
Right, front and center.
Yeah. The goal is just to keep your financial intentions top of mind. Turn this abstract idea of managing money into something tangible in your daily environment. Visible finances mean mindful choices. Just by seeing it, you're constantly kind of primed to act.
That makes so much sense. I remember when I set up my credit card app to show a little summary notification each morning. It wasn't judgmental, just there. A constant, gentle nudge I couldn't just swipe away without thinking.
Exactly. That's making it obvious.
So once we've made our goals or our situation obvious, what's the next step in getting a habit to stick?
Okay, the second law is make it attractive.
Attractive. How do you make budgeting attractive?
Fair question. Well, we're wired for reward, right? We naturally move towards things that feel good. So to make managing money attractive, you essentially build in rewards. Think temptation bundling almost.
Okay.
When you hit a savings milestone, maybe you fully funded your emergency fund or paid off a nagging credit card, allow yourself a small, pre-planned treat.
Ah, pre-planned, not just impulse spending.
Right. It's not about undoing your progress. It's about reinforcing the positive behavior. Could be buying that book you wanted, a nice meal out, maybe a dedicated time for a hobby you love. The key is linking the effort of saving or managing money with a positive emotion.
So it transforms it from a chore.
Exactly. Into something you almost look forward to. Speaking of attractive, what's a small financial reward you've given yourself that genuinely helped motivate you?
Oh, that's a good one. You know, it sounds maybe silly, but when I finally paid off my student loan, felt like forever. My reward was buying a really nice, slightly fancy coffee maker. Nothing huge, but that daily ritual of making a really good cup of coffee, it reminds me of that achievement every morning. And honestly, it helps me stay focused on other savings goals. It created a positive loop.
That's a perfect example. It's personal and reinforcing.
Okay, so we've got make it obvious, make it attractive. How do we lower the barrier, make the actual doing of the habit easier?
That brings us right to the third law. Make it easy. And this one is incredibly powerful for financial habits.
Because of automation.
Exactly. It leverages automation beautifully. Look, our willpower, it's finite.
Yeah.
It runs out. So the less we have to rely on it, the better.
Makes sense.
The absolute easiest way to save money, for example, is setting up an automatic transfer to your savings account.
The pay yourself first idea.
Precisely. You decide the amount, the frequency, say $50 every payday. You set it up once, and then you kind of forget about it. The money moves before you even really see it in your checking account, before you get a chance to spend it on something else.
Right. Removes the decision point.
Completely. It bypasses the need for daily willpower or self-control. Saving becomes effortless. If it's easy, you're way more likely to actually do it. Automate your money management, and you basically automate your success.
Automation is such a game changer there. Totally agree. I often tell people, if you have to actively think about saving every single time, you're probably making it too hard on yourself.
You really are.
Okay, so what about the final piece? How do we keep the momentum going? Make sure the habit actually sticks long term.
That is the fourth and final law. Make it satisfying.
Satisfying, okay.
We're fundamentally motivated by seeing results, by progress. When you track your savings and watch that balance grow, or see your debt number shrink, or watch your investment portfolio tick upwards.
Ah, the visual feedback.
Yes, that visual feedback provides a powerful sense of accomplishment. It gives you that little dopamine hit, whether it's a colorful graph in an app, just seeing the rising number in your bank account, maybe even a physical chart you color in or mark off. It provides immediate gratification.
Makes the future goal feel more present.
Exactly. It makes the abstract idea of future financial security feel more real, more immediate.
Yeah.
And that reinforces the habit loop, making you want to keep going. Tracking progress gives us that crucial immediate satisfaction. So by understanding and, more importantly, using these four laws, make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. We have this really robust toolkit for designing financial habits that aren't just doable, but actually sustainable.
That's a genuinely practical breakdown. It really shows how Atomic Habits isn't just, high-level theory. It's actionable. But beyond just the mechanics, the how-to of habit formation, there's that deeper shift Clear talks about, identity-based habits.
The who behind the what.
Exactly. This is where you move beyond just doing saving or doing budgeting
Right.
and start becoming someone. How does embracing a specific financial identity really change the game for long-term money management? It feels like it goes deeper than just the action.
Oh, it absolutely does. It's a
Uh,
profound shift, really, because it moves your motivation from being external, like I should save, to being internal,
Yeah.
driven from within. So instead of just saying, I want to save more money this month, which is purely outcome based,
Right.
you shift your internal self-talk, your mindset to
Mhm.
something like, I am a smart money manager,
Yeah.
or I am someone who prioritizes financial security.
That subtle language difference feels huge.
It represents a fundamental change in how you see yourself. And when you truly internalize that identity, every financial decision you face starts getting filtered through it. It stops being this constant battle of willpower versus temptation. It becomes just a natural expression of who you believe you are.
So if you genuinely believe deep down, I am a smart money manager, you're much more likely to pause before making an impulse buy and just instinctively ask, hang on, is this something a smart money manager would do?
Precisely.
It's not about forcing yourself to look at your budget. It's just, that's what smart money managers do, so it becomes part of your routine, part of you.
Yeah, great. You're more likely to proactively review things, maybe seek out good investments, look for ways to optimize spending, not because you feel like you have to drag yourself to do it, but because it's just intrinsically aligned with who you are now. It fundamentally changes you into the kind of person who just naturally manages money wisely, who values financial prudence. The choices that support long-term financial health become almost automatic. Much of the mental effort disappears. You're building a system not just for your actions, but for yourself. And that touches on the real importance of money, which we often miss, right? It's not just about the thrill of spending or the stress of not having enough.
Yeah.
At its core, managing money well is about managing it for the future, for security, for options, for, frankly, peace of mind.
So when we wrap this all up, what we've really seen is that Atomic Habits isn't just some general self-help guide. It's actually a powerful roadmap, maybe especially for anyone who's ever struggled with money management. Anyone who's felt overwhelmed by big financial goals or just felt like their money kind of slips through their fingers. It really bridges that gap between where you want to be financially and how you actually live day to day.
It makes it tangible.
Yeah. Money, we all know, it can be this huge source of stress, or it can be a tool for incredible opportunity. The key insight here, I think, is that with the right habits, the right systems, and maybe most importantly, the right identity, you absolutely can gain control. Your money doesn't have to control you.
Well said.
It's about deliberately designing your life one small financial habit at a time to build the financial future you actually want.
That's a perfect summary. The real transformation isn't some magic bullet, is it? It's in those consistent, small, almost mundane atomic actions. This whole exploration into atomic habits for financial mastery, it really does light up that path. We've seen how simple habits, like you said, setting up that auto transfer, checking your budget regularly, even just pausing before an impulse buy, they might feel tiny on their own.
Insignificant almost.
Right. Yet they're absolutely crucial for managing your money effectively for the long haul, for the future. These aren't just nice ideas. They're proven strategies that can genuinely reshape your financial landscape, leading to real security and freedom down the road.
Indeed. So for you listening, here's our final thought, maybe a little challenge to take away with you. Start small, like really small. Fully embrace that idea of micro savings, that 1% improvement. Don't feel pressured to overhaul your entire financial life overnight,
Please don't.
right? Instead, maybe try this. Just save $1 today. Find a way. Then tomorrow, challenge yourself to save $2. Over time, these tiny little amounts, this consistent, deliberate action, it will compound into something significant. You have to trust the process.
Trust the compounding.
Exactly. And always remember this truth. It's so powerful. Money grows with habits, not with luck. That's the real magic here. So the challenge is this. What small atomic financial habit could you start, maybe even today, right after listening, to begin building your financial future? The power truly lies in that consistency and deliberate action. We really hope this deep dive helps you on that journey.